This
November
meeting is being recorded.
Oh yeah, November 8th,
8th.
not October, November
No,
8th.
November 8th.
And we are all in the house. We are happy health habits. We are learning and growing and supporting each other. And we are waiting for some people, but we're going to just plow into what we are talking about today. And they will come when they come. So thank you everyone for being here and everyone who's listening and taking the time. I am all about attacking it today.
Rawr.
Oh, there's Sandy. Yay.
Hi, Sandy.
Sandy, where are you? Where are you?
Couldn't get
Hey,
in.
Sandy.
I've been trying to get in.
Oh no.
Made it.
I'm here.
No, we loved ourselves enough to be here today. So
Yes.
you know what? Congratulations. Give yourself a pat on the back and give yourself a great big hug. Make sure to hug yourself right now and like hug yourself, give yourself a great big embrace. I heard that we need 15 hugs a day to thrive and 9 to survive. So that whole hug thing is really real. So
I got some catching up to do.
I know, right? I know. There's no way I even get 9 enough to survive. So using this heart math stuff, this coherence, like we talked about last time, really important.
Yeah, that totally went over my head, but yeah, as long as you throw little bits in here and there, that'll be good.
Physiologically, we need this. Okay. So whether it's coming from someone else or coming from ourselves, hug yourself 15 times a day.
Okay.
And you're on the right bus, everybody, because we're on the bus to Live It Land. Destination Live It Land. No more diet drama. And yes, people come with diet drama, but our job is to break free of that, get out of that burnout, worn out diet mindset, frustration place, and round out our healthy habits and get into integrity with the truth about who we really are, what our purpose is in life, what we're here to accomplish. And I'm grateful because I get to be blessed to help. That's really gets to be my purpose in life. Help myself and help everybody live their best truth and their purpose and inspire you and empower you, help you transform your life and do it right alongside you. So it's really an honor. Making sure to get to element 4 and 5 and 23 every day. The mental gym, 4, 5, and 23. If you have any problems with anything in the life book, 4, 5, and 23. If we go back to those basic steps with the emotional work, everything else is so much better. Get that lizard brain under control. And remember, get the heart and the heads in sync with the havening, with the breathing. We worked on that last time, the conscious breath. Okay. And are you doing that, Andrea? I know you've had practice.
Yeah, that makes a difference. Oh boy.
It does, doesn't it?
It really does.
Breathing, oh boy, yeah.
So, yep. And then let's get our 5 big breaths in, guys, and get our hearts and brains physiologically connected here. One deep breath in. Let it all the way out. Get your hug going on. Rub your hands. Even rub your face. 5 breaths. Deep breath in. Let it all the way out. This is optimizing our physiology, dumping out our stress chemicals. Oh, getting rid of all that adrenaline. Shake it out. Okay. Anybody have their life book with them today? I want somebody to open to page 128. I think we'll do that today. Okay, so in this time where we do our breaths, we're waiting 90 seconds. We're listening to our current self. We're going to then ask our future self what would be the better thought or choice. And we're going to pray for some help because we are powerless. And we're going to choose equanimity, that big word for peace of mind. So the choice that brings us the most peace in the moment is probably the best one, right? So good. So now we feel a little bit more relaxed. I should probably let Carrie lead that in the beginning and not me, but we'll get there.
Yeah, we should
Sandy,
all rotate on that. Everybody's got their strong points, so.
do you have I was going to read a point of the energy book today, element, the positive one. Do you have your energy book with you today? Fuel your ride with positive energy. I really like that. Rule number 3. So for Andrea, you haven't been with us for a while. The Energy Bus is a book we've been looking at. The Energy Bus, 10 rules for the ride of your life, along with the life book. And fuel your ride with positive energy. That's a really fuel your life with a positive energy. Positive energy is high octane fuel for the ride of your life, while negative energy causes sludge to accumulate in your energy pipeline. We don't need any sludge in our pipeline, do we?
No.
So if you've got negative energy going on, give yourself some hugs, get rid of it, right? And get grateful. And so the topic Monday night was on gratitude. So who watched it or recording? Anybody? Kathy did. Carrie did not. Andrew, did you get
thing
it?
didn't go through.
Sharon
Yay.
and Candace, hands up.
So when we talk about positive energy on the energy bus, we want to keep that in our lives. I've learned also recently that your same part of your brain that does gratitude does anxiety. So if you're thinking gratitude thoughts, you can't have anxiety at the same time.
Yay!
Yay! So that's how important gratitude, or the practice of gratitude, really is, because it does change your chemistry. Again, going back to this Heart Math Institute, it changes your chemistry to be in gratitude when we shut off the anxiety. So Kathy and Candace, what did you get out of that Monday night? That couple points that you want to keep hanging on to, that you're going to start to practice this act of gratitude?
I liked the fact that they talked about being grateful that you even have food to eat, instead of complaining or feeling bad that you can't eat that brownie that you want or whatever. And I thought, that's the reality. At least we have something to eat, and it's usually good and nutritious, and the rest of the world doesn't, instead of dwelling on the negative.
Good.
I totally caught that point too. I thought that was brilliant. Truly. Don't be complaining about the taste of the fuelings when you've got a nutrient dense something to eat, and people aren't even, there's plenty of people in the world, right? That was a great place to replace anxiety with gratitude. What else did you get? Anything else, Candace, that you takeaways?
Or Sharon. I saw
Sharon,
your hand up too.
Kathy, whoever else was there. That was a great one, Candace. Loved it. Be grateful for what you do have to eat. And even if it's not fuelings, right?
Yes.
And I even heard that the gratitude right before you eat, like a lot of people have the custom, I think in our culture, is, say grace, say prayer for the meal, right. But they say that just having the attitude of gratitude, you digest your food better, so you get more nutrients out of it too. So it's like win-win for the gratitude.
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah. I remember hearing that point once, and I just thought the simplest little thing, just like, taking a breath can help with the heart math, having gratitude actually helps with our meal.
Helps us to digest. And how many times did I wolf down a meal without ever even, not only having a moment of a breath, but even a moment of gratitude, or, grace, or saying grace, or thank you. So many times in my life.
So you find it there, Candace? You had hand up agreeing or hand up comment?
Yeah, I noticed with myself, and a lot of people have celiac disease, and I know there's been changes in the grains, because I know people that can eat gluten in Japan, but not here. I know all of that.
Right.
I do find for myself that I digest bread a lot better when I'm with friends, enjoying myself rather than when I'm alone or feeling lonely. And I just think that's interesting.
Good
Yes.
example, personal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Great
that kind of helps
example.
prove the point, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Great example. What about you, Kathy? What did you get out of it? Or let's see, Sharon, were any of you guys on?
I did not watch Monday night. I haven't heard that one yet.
Oh,
But
okay.
I am doing the gratitude, as I said this morning when we talked in our Bible study and how important it is. And so we have like a devotional that we read each day. And so she said just next to that devotional, write just one word of what you're grateful for. And try to do that for 30 days. And so it makes a huge difference. Like everything you're saying is so true.
Huge. So you are developing a practice of gratitude. I think Candace probably has a practice of gratitude because I know she's a good prayer.
Yeah.
I know Andrea is a good prayer. That's a practice of gratitude, including gratitude in prayers instead of just asking, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And Sandy's got her hand up. Go ahead there,
Okay, go
Sandy.
By United Women in Faith Circle that just met last night, we had been given a challenge a month ago to write down one thing you're grateful for every day for 30 days. Write it down and bring it in.
Oh, that's good.
Everybody had their piece of paper with their 30 days of what they were grateful for, and then we shared that. And I'm not a writer. I never want to write anything down, but I did the assignment, and I was really grateful for it because it doesn't have to be huge things, just simple little things in your life that you can be grateful for every single day.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if
Absolutely.
I
And are
can
you
do
going to
it, you
continue
all
that?
can do it.
Are you going to
'cause I'm
continue
not a
that
writer.
practice?
Yeah.
Is it just a piece of paper?
I have the piece of paper.
Good. And you're going to continue that practice then?
I probably could. If I could do it for 30 days, I can continue it. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Good. Yay.
Sandy, I really encourage you because, the whole thing on Monday I caught was it's a practice. And ironically enough, weirdly enough, it isn't necessarily innate. We do have to practice it. And so I think if you've done it for 30 days, that's a good start. Do it for 60 days. And once you've done it that many days in a row, then it can become an unconsciously competent habit, right?
Mhm.
So anything we do, if it's conscious, we're not good. It's not in our nervous system yet. So I would just encourage you to continue doing it for another 30, and then you don't even think about it anymore. It's just something you do, like flossing your teeth, right?
Well,
So-
and then the other piece of it was to pray and believe that prayer works, and to fully believe that it works. And once you've voiced the prayer, I call it snatching it back. Every time I say a prayer about, help me do this, 30 seconds later, I'm snatching it back, trying to fix it myself.
Yep.
Nope, it doesn't work that way.
Don't take
It's
it
not
back.
work that way.
Yep.
And that's a long, hard lesson to learn. Very
Yeah.
simple.
Yes.
Who else needs, Sharon, do you need to have a practice of gratitude, or where else do you need to put? Does anybody else need to develop a practice? Do you have a practice, Betty? Or I have a little my calendar every night. I have my gratitude, what brought me joy,
Yeah.
what I was grateful for, what I felt powerful around, and then what I felt bad, sad, or mad about. So I kind of try to log all my couple little emotions in each area and identify. So I'm practicing identifying emotions, and I put it on my
I saw you there about to say something, Sharon.
Go ahead.
Did you have a comment or your notes? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, practice of when you wake up in the morning, like grateful that you're here for another day.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've tried to include, who can I help today?
Mhm.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Simple as
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Betty or Andrea, did you have? I thought I saw a hand twitch
Because
somewhere.
I had just bought me a new. I brought myself a brand new. One of those pretty calendars that I can write on. Like I just seen Amy have.
Yeah.
Because I want to write. I am better when I write. When I write my emotions, I feel more in tune with them. Either I can either talk it out or write it out.
Yeah.
It has to come out. It has to come out.
Me too.
And
Me
then
too.
I feel more in control.
Yeah.
And it helps me to zero in on if I need to be more, show more gratification, or be more appreciative, or
Yep.
be more patient with myself, or, it keeps me accountable.
Yes.
But I need that. So I'm glad I brought me a brand new calendar this year too, because I want to write that every day. I think that's an awesome idea. Every day, just write
Yeah,
down
I
one thing
do.
that you're grateful for. I think that's great.
do
I
too.
never
I
thought
think
about that. Just never thought about it. Yeah, it's
I'm
awesome.
just,
Every day.
I'm just one
And you
thing.
guys, you've heard
Just-
Margot.
Yeah, go ahead, Betty.
Go ahead, Betty.
I was just going to say, just to jot one down. Well, what was funny was I jotted down some things for today,
Mhm.
and then on my way down here, I stopped to read because I hadn't done my daily devotions yet, so I read them, and it was on gratitude, which it always amazes me how the day's reading plugs right into what I'm doing that day.
Yeah,
And so
doesn't
there,
it?
and then I was just finishing up, and my husband hollers down the road, "It's 2 minutes to 12. You better get down there if you want to get on your program." I thought,
So sweet.
He
Oh,
knows.
look at that
I'm
support.
grateful.
I love that. Yeah.
But see, he knows what's good for you. He knows that
He
you
Yeah,
love
because
knows.
it. You need
he knew
it.
I was headed down there, and it's like
Isn't that beautiful?
she
Yeah.
got sidetracked. Yeah, get her back on track.
Write that down, Betty.
I love
Great.
it. I love it. Yeah.
You write that down, girl. You write
Yeah.
that
It's that
Yep,
support. I used to have
that's
the
your
same
gratitude
support.
right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
And we
so-
all know Margot has shared her little gratitude journal before every night. She has a little journal dedicated only to
Oh,
gratitude,
that's
which you
great.
can go back
Oh,
for years and look at
wow.
all her gratitudes, which is a brilliant idea, which I have not implemented yet, but I'm
Mm.
working on my daily one. So Margot, I stole your thunder, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
And there's
and
Marco.
there's
She
Marco.
just showed up.
she showed up. Roberta's
Roberta.
here. Yay.
Oh, go ahead and open your mic,
Your
Marco.
mic is closed, honey.
Muted.
You're muted. And Roxy's here. Roberta, I'm so glad Roberta popped in. And you guys, anytime you're falling below the line, here, remember when your thoughts and your addictions kick in, your thoughts get negative, Nelly, right? Your family's really upsetting you. There's something in your way. Like when you get in the victim, villain, hero place, remember that's when you need to page 128 of your life book. Okay. You've got the two systems in your brain. It's going to start giving you anxiety. It's going to start giving you stress. Your amygdala is going to get fired up. So when you start to feel that on Monday night, they gave an example of when you start to feel that. Did anyone see the one gal says she clenches her fists real tight? And this is like this stress when you fall under the line and it's real tight. And then when you let it go and you know it's gonna be okay and you're grateful you go above the line, then you feel how that feels in your body and letting it go and getting back above the line and how that feels. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I thought that was a great analogy. That's in element 23, but it's really good because your body does this. And then right, and then letting it go is getting back up to the creator.
Yeah, when you're stressed, your whole body's tensed up, or
Yeah, you get
all
back
your
to
organs
that
are in
creative
knots. And
place. That growth mindset.
did someone
place.
have the page 128 there? Saw somebody grab for a book. Anybody want to
may
raise a
have.
hand and want to help read something on page 128?
I don't have my book here.
It
Life
shows
book,
that
no?
graphic of above the line is it shows the graphic of above the line is open and curious with the curious mindset, right? That's going to be more of your positivity and your gratitude. And then below the line is your closed defensive, you want to be right kind of thing. And it says he calls it the hot or go system and the cool and no system. So
And
you can
is that the paragraph right below the picture?
Yeah.
Yeah. Candace grabbed her book. She's got her hand up there. Go
Yeah.
ahead and read that a little bit.
Yeah, it says the emotional or Labrador brain has been referred to as hot or go system. In ancient times, it helped us survive. When we were threatened, the amygdala, a concentrated group of nerves that control the emotional brain, would hijack our thinking and shut off cognitive high-level activities and instead begin pouring out emotional energy to put the body into action. The body prepared itself to run with increased blood flow to muscles. No thinking or pondering, just high energy reactions and below the line thinking. It's how little kids and quite a few teenagers tend to think. And then the other one, do you want me to read the cool
Yeah, go
or
ahead.
no?
Yeah.
Okay. The cool or no, KNOW system, is the second operating system. It is run by our thinking brain and allows you to have meaningful, conscious conversations that are mutually beneficial. The body is in a very relaxed state with a slow heart rate, normal blood pressure, and a sense of alertness. It allows us to thrive. It is the habits of health default state and our goal as you design your authorship of your life.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and your goal as you design the authorship of your life. Ooh, this is a great page, guys, because if we're reacting like a kid or a teenager, we need to call ourselves out onto the carpet and put our nose in the corner. And Betty, right? When you do that, you would say, sit down, go in the corner. Did anyone ever get put in the corner, right?
My youngest daughter would get put in the corner and then she'd go, poopy mommy, poopy mommy.
Yeah. So we oftentimes, I just talked to a client this morning. She was at a craft show and she was a vendor, but she's trying to battle her inner child who wants to go to those bakery, that kid in her wants to go to the bakery aisle and she wants the candy. And she has to have a sit down with her kid because it's all from childhood. So thanks for reading that, Candace. It's really specific, really, detailed, but it's really real. So knowing how you are feeling in those stages, learning how to listen to your body and then intervene is the whole goal of the mental gym, right?
And then Margot she found her microphone button. So did you want to share with us, Margot, what your years of gratitude journaling has taught you, or how have you benefited?
Well, I have kept a gratitude journal for as long as I can remember. But the different thing that I do with mine is my first 5 entries are all the difficulties I had in the day and the challenges that I faced. And then I have my gratitudes because it's part of my overcoming those challenges. But one of the reasons that I write the challenges or the negatives or that is to get rid of them.
Right.
It's not just as the day comes to an end, I want them gone, I want them done, I want them over with. And then I want to go and put my head on the pillow thinking about the 5 things for that day that were the most important to me. And it has served me really well over the years. Naturally, there's certain things that are the same every day, my love of daughter, family, and that. But it's real interesting as I look back at these over time and see different things I've been grateful for. I go, oh gosh, I forgot that. And I don't want to forget it. So I'm glad in keeping the journal, it gives you a point of reference that you can go back to. And especially if you are going through a difficult time, nothing like picking it up and going, oh, I thought today was bad. Look at what I did on that day.
Right.
Yep. How I overcame it. And
and guess what? You've survived 100% of your bad days thus far.
Yep. We survived 100%. And on the point of this, it says, are you focused on the goal, or on the victories, or are you focused on the losses, right? So I think, writing down the challenges is really important to get them out. And that's a great time to give yourself some hugs and do your 5 deep breaths and just get them on out, breathe them out and let them go. And then not take them back, right, Sandy?
Yes.
That's a
Those
great
are great points. And Roberta just put in the chat, thank you for the reminders on gratitude. So I didn't know if you were going to be able to be on very long, Roberta, and if you had your microphone open, if you want. I saw it's open. If you wanted to say something, feel free to go ahead.
Yeah, I need to head out soon, but I just appreciate the reminders on that. It's easy to forget. I try to practice, prayer before meals and those kinds of things, but probably need to be more mindful about really we're so blessed and there's so much to be thankful for. So just a good
Yes.
reminder to make that more dominant in my practice and in my mind.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
Yes.
So thank you.
Yeah, we all need it. That's why we do this, and that's why they do it on Mondays. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you. I
Yay.
need to
And
get out here,
Sandy's grateful for movement, so she's
I'm
doing
taking
her
a
up
sip
downs.
break. Everybody stand up.
You've got
Yeah.
your standing thing where you can, so that's great. So I like what you said, Margot, that yeah, thanks for coming, Roberta. I
Thank
like what you
you.
said, Margot, that even though a lot of the things are same thing every day, well, we do a lot of the same things every day, but then you have the ones you forgot about. And I'm like, yeah, I forget a lot of things. Mine lately has been pictures, you know. That's my gratitude journal is my photo. I'm very visual. But it's like, oh yeah, if I don't have a picture of it, it didn't happen. So it's like, oh, I missed a picture with lunch with the ladies or something, and then I can't remember who even was there after, you know, a few days.
Yeah.
So that helps with the gratitude. I like what you
Yeah.
say, just jot them down, and I need to, I want to do more of that. 'Cause I
Visuals
know
are
how it
really
feels.
important, Carrie, to your point, because the more visual something is, the better, the more real it is. And if you want to screenshot some of these or have, you know, some of these pictures in your book, take a picture of them, you know, and use them where you can see them, because, you know, we need
Yeah.
those visual reminders, don't we?
Or like Andrea, what you said earlier, just writing down your
Writing it.
feelings. It's more acknowledging them, validating them, and putting a name to it. Oh yeah, that is what I am feeling or did feel.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
that's beautiful too.
Yep. So something happens and we feel that no, or that hot, that, you know, that hot go system going, we drift down. We want to make sure to stop, breathe, challenge our thoughts, right? And then choose to get back up with our brain. So that's, I love that graphic. Before we go, I'm going to shut this off, but I want to go to celebrating some wins here from the gratitude, Monday night, but also not leave off the fact that we ended our Get Active Steps challenge, and we had some really good players. This month. I want to highlight Kathy and Sharon for sure, because they rocked it out. Okay, of course Sandy did as well, but
Sandy even wrote it down. Whoa, Sandy.
Sandy actually wrote it on her thing, and she actually posted it. Unbelievable. Like,
Yep.
she was right. This was great. So I want to really encourage you. I want, if let's Sharon, can you share with us what your win was? You got your 10,000 steps a day in, and now it's starting to become a habit, right? So you're loving that. And then she also had another really big win, because October 30th, that sugar holiday that we had, I posted a no candy November, and we had over a dozen people jump in on that.
Oh yeah.
Good.
No candy
Good.
November. We had Sandy, Kathy, Cliff, Sharon, Tina, Holly, Sue, Steph, Mary Schoberg, Carrie, you Carrie, Roxy. I mean, so this is No Candy November. So tell us your wins, Sharon, for No Candy November and your Get Active Challenge.
Well, I mean, that Good Active Challenge was just wonderful because I mean, I told Amy, I said, I use my phone for the steps, but it just made me really aware that, okay, I don't have this, even if I don't recording them now, I know that I need more steps. I'm just like, okay, I really haven't, got enough steps in today. So then you look for, because there are days when you're not going to get steps in. Like I said, if you're traveling, you get done. Okay, I know that I need more steps, and when you are traveling, you want more steps to get, you're tired of being in and cooped up, and so it's just an awareness of not having them that I have been for the month, and I said that right now, wherever I go,
you're going to keep that up too, right? You're going to keep that up for another 30 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, good. Now I'm sorry, I interrupted. The no sugar November, I think you were going there.
I said, it's just like every day I go somewhere, somebody has candy out, you know. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh no,
Yeah.
it's just so prevalent. I'm just like, okay, you know, no candy. So no candy.
Yeah.
And it's everywhere. She said it's everywhere.
It is.
It's everywhere. I don't know if people just want to get rid of it or they
Every
But it's
doctor's
just-
office, every sale, every store, right? Everywhere.
Yeah.
So what you're missing the big one here. How many
Oh,
not November
200
days?
222 days without refined sugar. So
Two?
Good for
Oh,
you.
I'm just like,
Wow.
unbelievable.
Wow.
I had to go back on the calendar. I wasn't sure when I last recorded, but I counted this morning. I'm like 222 days. I'm like, wow, that's rocking it.
I feel like
That
Yes,
is,
you
that's
are.
awesome.
partay. You
do.
have your own partay.
And got through the Halloween thing. So
Good for you.
Uh,
Yeah.
keep
And
going.
then tell them about the cake. You went online and researched a cake with
Oh, yeah, I researched a cake. My husband's birthday's coming up in a couple weeks, and I'm like, I gotta find something that's better than I'm not gonna buy it because I know what's in a button cake.
yes. Exactly.
So I been researching something a lot healthier and found something, yeah, a lot healthier. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
keep looking, but
great. Yeah,
and it seems to be okay. I tasted it.
that sounds
Yeah,
good.
yeah. You experiment. There's a
plan
lot of
in
things out there.
Experiment, make some practice cakes, some little small ones.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
lot
like,
of
well, I'm
different
gonna
things
practice some more. So just, try some different
And her
ingredients.
husband's tolerating it, and so is her family. So she is leading strong, and yeah, it's fantastic. And
They're all
then-
benefiting.
and then Sharon, we're benefiting by your leadership here, truly. And then she's going to be the first to do the prop drop shot with her. She's going to go take pictures with big bags
Bags of candy.
or candy.
Well, I went to the grocery store and took a picture. I put bags of sugar in the cart, and I had a nice young gentleman from the store say, "Could you take a picture of me?" He goes, "Well,
You did
sure."
it already? Oh, you
So-
already went and took the
She
picture.
already
Wow.
did it.
I'll have something to post.
I'm
She already
looking
did it.
forward to it because
Be our
I'm not on
first one.
Facebook that often, but it's like Sharon. I don't even know if I've gotten to all of them, but you are keeping up with your
She's
steps
good.
and
Yeah, she's
recording
doing
and
great.
sharing. That's
So
great.
that was fun. I'm just like, okay, I did that.
And
I
now,
gotta get it
yeah,
posted.
and just you know what? Don't be afraid to share on your own with your own people.
I know.
Because they love you, they care about you, they want to know what you're doing too. But bravo, right? I mean, just really, you're doing great. And then also, but don't leave out your other friends, right? Because they need the leadership.
What was that?
Your other friends need your leadership.
Oh, yeah. I have, yes.
Whether they know it or not yet.
I'm gonna send out. I'm gonna send out. A little sample blurb if you guys want to do a creative turkey drop or shot or sugar or a girl. She took a picture with a whole cart of candy, 164 pounds of candy in a cart. It was. There's just crazy creative stuff going on. So
And what does that do? I don't understand.
And so you take a picture with the amount of weight that you've lost due to losing your habits of disease and your weight that you're never finding again. And you just a fun, it's not instead of
I only lost
after.
22 pounds. I'm gonna find a 22 pounds something.
There you go.
Yeah. And you can either hold
turkey,
like whatever
take a picture
pounds
with
of
it.
the
That's
sugar
all I lost
or
so far. But okay.
Yep.
yeah, last year they did pumpkins, and I don't know, some of you guys had pumpkins, like rows of pumpkins. That's how much you lost.
Yeah. So
Wow, that's incredible.
then
it just helps visualize.
with
I
you
think
guys
Betty,
and
I think Betty should have a cart full of butter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Betty.
that was-
Sandy one.
I told my son on Sunday, try carrying 55 pounds or 57 pounds of butter.
What?
Try doing 57 boxes and try walking around with that.
Oh my goodness.
And that's how much has melted off of Betty.
Yeah,
you-
it's
Oh.
Yeah,
skinny little
definitely.
fingers. Look at skinny.
Skinny fingers.
Betty, I challenge you to go to the store and get all that butter in a cart, and let's do it. Okay.
And do like Sharon, have the kid at the store help you. Put it in, take your picture, put it back. That's his job. He gets to put it back.
Yes, that would.
He
Do we
gets
want
paid to do it.
salted or unsalted?
I love this.
And I'm
So
gonna
that's a
do
fun
this
idea.
just with my, our Habits of Health people, and I'm gonna give away a set three free boxes of Fuelings, or $75. If you post it by the end of the month, or share it in Optimal Life, or if you're not on Facebook, I can share it in Optimal Life or whatever. I can share it, right? If you're not. But it's still fun. It's still fun, and it's inspiring, and it is a healthy holiday. I call it a healthy holiday helper, because it helps us to be accountable.
Yes.
To ourselves, right? During the most difficult time of year, when whether you're celebrating or not, you are surrounded by all of this stuff, right? It's everywhere in our culture. So we want to make sure to it's our healthy holiday helper. So I'm going to, up the ante on that and help you guys to be accountable and to yourselves, and inspire other people. Because, hey, who wouldn't be inspired by 57 pounds of butter and 222 days I mean, it's crazy. It's very inspiring, and other people want to be you. They just don't know how to. So care and share. And so
And
keep
Roxy's been going at it. Roxy's
had her own challenge. So tell us what you've gotten out of your challenge, my friend.
I put my a picture of myself with a big pumpkin. I never thought of putting to share, just because I like the big pumpkin, and then suddenly it was like, oh, I have this to share. And I asked my friend, do you think this is like almost 50 pounds? And he said, yes, of course. So one of my followers thought it was too much because it looks big, but I mean, I said, well, we just carry them, and we don't know.
We don't even,
You don't know. You're right.
No.
Beautiful.
Sandy did a big a pose next to a huge pumpkin one time too. And you just can't believe you carried that around. I mean, it's nuts, isn't it?
Yes.
And then
go
ahead.
Yeah, and also I did a challenge of the 28 days, but just movement. I mean, not steps. And I think I didn't have like big success, like inspiring others. It was a little hard. I mean, because sometimes I was very tired, but I used that movement. So I just did like a dumbbell, something easier. And so at the end, I have like 4 people doing it, but many, they didn't want to like go public, but they say they will start moving. So, and now I with the candy, I only have like 4 people, because Hispanics love the sweet. So it's a little hard. I'm just there, just trying to put something different to, like, everybody's just baking and doing all these things.
We create all this in Spanish, but you know what? It's not just Spanish. Everybody loves sugar honey. It's cross-cultural, no question.
It is.
Yeah, especially now everybody's baking and doing all kind of things. But also on the other side, there are complaining about being big and feeling bad. So, and I was just there with my little light, saying, here, there is something different here.
Yep, that's awesome, Roxy. You are being a light in the world, girl. Celebrate yourself, because you actually did it, and you're leading strong every single day, and showing up for 28 days or 30 days for all those people. You're making a big difference in the world.
Yes, you really are. You really are.
And I just found Sandy's pumpkin picture. I put it in the chat because I couldn't share the screen, but
yeah,
I have to ask you, Sandy, do you remember, was that 2020?
That was October of 2020, and I'd started in April, and by then I had lost, I don't think that's quite big enough, 55, and then by December I had met my goal of 120, of losing 80.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be sending out some of these to you guys.
And now I found 30 of it. So now I got to go back and find another pumpkin that size because that's at the same point I was there.
So
Maybe I should
my
just
other
repost that one.
yeah, there you go. Looks great. But I have another question for you, Sandy. First of all, yay, Sandy posted 105 miles total. She did. That was just in October.
Yes. Well,
yeah,
the
but
challenge, October 9th through November, this 28-day challenge through November 5th.
There you go.
And that
but
wasn't counting
you
all
said
the
you were
extra things
naughty.
you could count. That was
why
just
did you say
walking?
Why did you say in the chat you were naughty? 3 days of wins for the first 8 days.
I'm talking about the candy challenge. I hopped to a new topic, and I was naughty 3 of the 8 days so far. I mean, I was naughty 5 of the 8 days so far. Because what happens is it gets in my mouth. Oh crap! I'm on a challenge. I'm not supposed to be doing this.
Quick, swallow it.
I made the commitment. And this is what makes me mad. When I make a commitment, I intend to do it. Well, 5 of 8 days have already messed up. But tomorrow
you can restart again all over as many times as you want.
Andrea, tell them what you told me. You can't what? Every what?
Yeah, nothing beats a failure but a try.
Nothing beats
That's
a failure but a try.
Nothing beats a failure but a try.
Can you
Beautiful,
put a
simple.
glove on? Would a glove help? Wear a glove during the day.
You can't fail if you don't quit. So we got some other celebrations here. Kathy, you had a huge celebration too with the Get Active Challenge and your doctor appointment last week. You told us you were he thought you were your BMI was too low of all things. But
I was checking my miles on that because I walked in the 28 days 302,114 steps.
Wow.
Which equates to, there's 2,000 steps in a mile. So that's 151 miles I walked.
That's just mind-boggling.
And you walk by yourself?
Well, sometimes I walk by myself. I put a headset on and I listen to podcasts or music. And then sometimes I walk with a friend. Yeah, that's 151 miles now that I just did the calculation.
Keep going, keep going.
Great.
That is fantastic, girl. And so she's going to keep going because she realized how really kind of easy it was and how much she liked it. So that's going to become an unconscious habit for you, right?
I hope so. I hope I can do it every day. Like you said, some days, like if you're traveling or something, it's hard to get that in, but.
Yep. And and she and Sharon, what else were your wins? Am I missing one?
Inspiring, boy. Yeah.
You had some other wins, Kathy.
I can't remember what we talked about now. Just that I'm maintaining my weight, so that's good. I didn't lose any more, but I haven't gained anything, so I was proud about that.
Good for you.
And
she's
doing
trying
a
to
challenge, so I'm trying to do that.
And she's trying to share with people that she's really on a live it. She's not on a diet, and she's really trying to get across to people that this is so much more than just losing weight. And she's really working on, and so is Sharon, really working on the people around her, and inviting them and things and that. So and I know Margot's definitely walking way more than she ever used to, right, Margot? And I'm not sure if you kept your log, but I have to tell you, notice how I'm not saying how many miles I logged. I actually did my log, which was huge.
Really?
Because I don't count steps.
You don't?
I hate counting steps.
Yeah,
I'm totally transparent here.
Well,
I am not wearable. I'm not going to. And so, but I did it grudgingly. I did this grudgingly because I wanted to see how many steps I would get if I actually did my converter. And you know what? It wasn't too bad. It was better than I thought. It was a really big aha awareness thing for me because I don't get anywhere near 2,000 steps a day.
Yeah,
and so I am telling you, I am not this girl does not have that all together, but I do have, when I walk, I can log a lot of time. My husband logs a lot of miles, I'll tell you what. So when I walk with him, I can do it. But I do short intensity hydration during the week, and I do long walks with him. So it kind of evens out.
Yeah.
But my workouts during the week are more focused on, and for me, I have to do the resistance training, and I need it hormonally and mentally. And I absolutely cannot stand an hour of walking unless it's with my husband or there's a leisurely burst.
Yeah.
So I prefer those short duration, high intensity workouts myself. And I noticed that if I don't get that weight or resistance training, and it does reflect on my weight. So it really helps with my mental and chemical and hormonal balance. So it's dialed in, but I definitely am making more effort to track and things like that, because I'm not as responsible for my movement as I am of my fuelings and my hydration. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
Yeah.
So, my win was I increased my movement responsibility during the month.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Accountability to self. And did you want to share, Andrea? You said you were traveling.
Yeah, well, I've been
but
eating.
You were talking about the meals. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been eating, 5 small meals a day, which has worked for me. I haven't started walking yet, but I'm going to walk. I know that's going to boost up my metabolisms even more. I was just a little nervous about walking by myself, but I'm going to do it because or get on this bike that I have here. One of the two.
And you are finding that the multiple meals in a day are really helping you, right?
It's the best thing for me. I can't eat just 1 or 2 meals. It's no good. I have to eat 5, snacks in between, either cheese or some nuts or fruit in between my meal. I'm good. I'll be fine. By 6 or 7 o'clock, I'm done for eating for the night. So that's what's keeping my weight coming down, and me going to the bathroom 3 times a day. I'm just moving. So that's good. That's good. But I want to do a more physical activity. I haven't done that part yet because I've been traveling, back and forth. Now I'm home. So
and now you're home. We're loving you, embracing you. We hope that you have, and come every week.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Just keep doing. We just keep going forward.
I gotta bring these hips down. Y'all just see the top part, but there's a bottom part that needs.
It's okay.
I'm a work in progress.
I'm with you, Andrea. I'm with you.
You just keep applying all of what you're learning, and it will work, right? You just keep applying one thing at a time.
And that's what impressed me about, what you say, Kathy, and what you say, Sandy and Sharon and Roxy. It's not just the challenge, but they've incorporated, these are the lifestyle things. So you've got, Andrea, the meal portion, you see how it benefits you, you've got that down. So now you can add the next step in. But it's the lifestyle. That's what really impresses me with everybody.
So here's something I want you to do right now. From Monday night, write down 3 things you're already grateful for that you've accomplished so far since applying the Habits of Health program and system and tools and whatever, using all your components. And if you don't want to think about it right now, later. But 3 things so far that you're really grateful for that you've learned or applied or accomplished, okay? And the other thing I loved about what they said was that write down 3 things you are looking forward to being grateful for.
Oh,
I like that.
I tell y'all that right now. No,
that takes gratitude to a whole nother level.
Absolutely.
That's a great idea.
It absolutely does. And it tells you what direction to go next, right? It tells you what macro habit is next. It tells you what micro habit is next.
Yeah.
Because you can't get to that thing until you do the little baby steps in between, right? In element 3, we learn how to do structural tension. So for me, I just wrote down, like I said today to you guys in the chat, community, I boiled it down to community, sustainability, and equanimity. Those are my top 3 things that I'm grateful for thus far in 5 years of this program. Community, all of y'all, sustaining my healthy weight unbelievably, first time in my entire adult life, my entire life, And thirdly is that peace of mind that I have now that I have the tools, the skill sets to handle my emotional eating and my emotional problems.
Yeah.
Right. With some peace and some joy, that experience of peace and joy. Looking forward, I put some thought into this. I'm looking forward to learning how to manage money. I'm learning how to being responsible for money and time. And then I'm also looking for money and time go together, being responsible for management and spending of it. Okay. And then also authentically me being free to really be, you see me changing, right? You see me outside changing, but really being free to be authentically me in all areas of my life and not being withheld in the way I express myself or where or when, in terms of getting rid of my professional doctorism stuff, like all my identity stuff that is just put upon me. I'm up to letting go of all that that put upon identity stuff. Okay. So that's what I'm up to. And then, and just being totally authentically me without all the cultural and expectation and identities. And then lastly, integrity with myself. I've been having some extra stress lately. If anyone has been having extra stress, I have been too. And I can see how my stress eating and my emotional eating has kind of been slippery. So I'm going to be restoring some of my integrity with my emotional eating. So those are my things I'm looking forward to. So give it some thought, because it helps you, right? To point you to milestones are important, but then, okay, now what direction are we going in? The GPS will only take you somewhere if you put in a destination. And how you get to the destination is your speed, you can take the scenic route, you can take the fast lane, you can take the highway or the rural, but whatever you do, it's fine. Got to have a destination in the GPS, right?
Yeah. I thought this was supposed to be ready for today noon, so mine are already.
What is yours, Betty? Betty, what is yours?
I've said I was grateful to have God in my life on a daily basis. Grateful my doctors, chiropractors, therapists, and nurses who have worked so hard for my better quality of life. And that includes this program, which is based on the doctors. I said grateful to family and friends who support me, love me, and watch out for me. And one thing I was grateful for this week, working with Dr. Michelle, I'm working on my sleep apnea. So I have a program partially, and every night this week I've gotten 3 hours of sleep. Since last Wednesday to this one, every night I've gotten 3 hours, about from 12 to 3 in the morning. That's a miracle there. And two things that's 4 things, but the next 2 things were I will walk to the mailbox again. That is my goal. I will walk to the mailbox and back down my driveway. And I'm hoping to get into the pool, and I will swim again. If nothing else, I'll bob around for a while, but I want to swim again.
Oh, that's
Beautiful,
so
Betty.
beautiful. Oh,
So,
you touched my heart.
Yes.
See, you're just glowing. It makes me so happy.
Yeah. Well, I am
That's
going
all her.
to do that. Yes. So.
And Roxy had put hers in the chat. She's grateful for the lifestyle system, but the coach and community, and she's grateful she can run again.
Yay! Yes.
Yay, Roxy!
Awesome, Roxy.
Good for her. Yes.
Anybody else have theirs picked out already? Good job, Roxy. You don't have to, but I recommend you think on it. Pretty.
Yes. Yes.
And I know we don't want a million people always blowing up the chat, but in the Facebook chat messenger, if you want to throw in a grateful, you'll be surprised how many people will throw in another gratitude too.
Yeah, throw that in the chat message or in Optimal Life when you get it done. And you know what? Do it way before January 1st. Do not do resolutions. It's today. Boom, today. There's no January 1 that works. Not one of them has been magic, nor will they ever.
Yeah,
so
every day is a new day.
Today. It is today. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm thrilled for you guys. And so yep, get creative with your prop shots. I had an idea about doing a little focus group now that Get Active challenge is over, around the blasted graphic that I've given you guys. Are you bored, angry, lonely, or tired, or stressed? But I'm gonna save that for the beginning of the year. They're gonna, David's gonna come out with, in the Optimal Life group, something toward the end of November. So it's kind of end of November, middle December, so that we can stay focused. So they'll come out with something shortly. And as leaders, we've been talking about some ideas about what to do. So they'll get it put together and
But
figure it out.
meanwhile, no sugar November.
Yeah.
Candy, no
Meanwhile,
candy.
we have
Sorry.
our prop shot, drop shot, and we have our no sugar November, or no candy November, whatever you want to commit to. So that's plenty, right, Sharon?
Yes.
Still going.
So awesome.
And that's a great picture you put in the chat if anyone can see the girl with her whole grocery cart full of candies.
Yeah.
And how much that's how much weight she lost.
Full of candies there. Yeah. And this other one is a chiropractor friend of mine who's preparing to share her story, but I just put this in here because she, like me, is a know-it-all, not doing it all. She was a very, very decorated chiropractor, but not understanding the power of eating every 2 to 3 hours, controlling your blood sugar, and having high density high density nutrients every 2 to 3 hours. And she is absolutely, she looks half her age. She's now doing the EAAs. She's gaining muscle mass. She's lost all her visceral fat. She's actually, all her numbers are changing, and she wasn't even a sick person. And every single number, blood and otherwise, is good. She's 62 years old. So I had to share that with you. Anywho, I will talk to you soon. And thank you so much for being here today. I love you. Appreciate you all. Have a healthy, be healthy, stay safe.
See everybody next week.
Bye, everybody.
Be well.
Or Friday.
Remember,
not
no
sooner.
candy.
Okay.
Bye.
No candy. No candy.
Oh, let's take a picture.
Oh.
Oh, somebody already left.
Oh well.
All right,
Got it.
1, 2, 3. And we got some big smiles.
Oh, good.
Got it. Take care.